Now, introducing a revolutionary breakthrough in freedom and satisfaction. The ultimate in computer-assisted simulation of real life and personal power.
There's more for your lives.
We've harnessed the skills of hundreds of thousands of professionals, managers, planners, psychologists, journalists, political and religious leaders to achieve unmatched image handling ability. We've used the most advanced research methods available to engineer you a whole set of sleek new needs.
We set the standards.
And now the adventure is ready.
A new concept is here.
Just look at what we're doing with the time you sold us.
It does everything.
An adventure in communications that lets you select from over 60 channels of drama, comedy, variety, music, news, and sport without even moving your mind.
The action never stops.
An adventure in development, building the latest in nearly identical family homes over more than 1 million acres of prime topsoil every year.
We build excitement.
An adventure in privacy. Now you can travel between work, shopping, and home, isolated inside smooth, elegant styling that's precision tested to make you more maneuverable than ever before.
The system can be tailored to my needs.
An adventure in science. We're releasing an amazing variety of sophisticated new chemical products into your air and water, developing the machines and medicines today to combat the high-tech diseases of tomorrow. An adventure in security. An electronic defense shield that already protects our key military aspirations and will soon be able to neutralize 95% of all incoming enemy concepts. An adventure in productivity. We've combined almost miraculous friendliness techniques with state-of-the-art microchip monitoring to help turn every last bit of your energy into work. And that's not all.
Action never stops.
More easily, more reliably.
Soon you'll be able to lock into your own individualized earning-spending circuit without ever leaving the comfort and obedience of your home. Free from sticky personal contact and the social inferiors that can transmit disease. Free to select the pre-programmed delusional features that are right for you.
The more you look, the more you like.
Stay with us. It's our future, and we're going to give it everything you've got.
That's the winning feeling.
The more things change, the more things stay the same.
And we've got what you want, 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 got what you want.
You want it, we got it. You want it, we got it. You want it, we got it.
You want it, you got it.
Everything is done for you.
They've got it.
We want it.
They've got it.
We want it. Gives you all you
All
need.
you need to know.
We do it all for you.
Cheerios.
Howard Cosell.
Fragmentation grenades.
Human rights.
Twinkies.
Compulsory overtime.
The Nielsen family, the Carter family, all in the family.
Hamburger Helper.
Carl Malden.
Network editorials.
Rely tampons.
The new Chrysler Corporation.
The new Bob Dylan.
Low tar, low fat, lowered expectations.
Unit boxes.
Famulares.
Famous potatoes.
Mutual funds, mutual life, mutual assured destruction.
Love boat.
Love canal.
Singles bars.
Ethnic purity.
Key punching.
VDTs.
VCRs.
VFWs.
VIPs.
Collection agencies.
Microwave ovens.
Designer jeans.
Acid rain.
Universal pictures, universal price codes, universal wage labor.
Afro sheen.
Ultra bright.
Overkill.
Peace through strength and death with dignity.
And nothing gets you into it. Nothing gets you into it.
Great, spectacular,
Terrific.
super,
Perfect. Beautifully effective.
It's so satisfying.
The action never stops.
We build excitement.
A great way of life.
It's so satisfying.
Keeps getting better.
better than ever.
And nothing gets you into it. Nothing gets you into it. Nothing gets you into it.
I'm into it all right. After Eileen left and I got the new 19-inch set.
After Aaron was born and I stayed home on AFDC.
After I lost the assembler job and had to move back with Mom and Dad.
After I told the 20th guy I had a kid, and the 20th guy discovered my secret identity, Elephant Woman, all warty and lopsided, husband hunter with the screaming growth on her hip.
After I broke up with Joni 'cause she got born again, which meant now she had a little pink church down there, and getting in was going to cost me a gold ring and a salvation certificate.
After I found out I was already too old and low class for designer buttock bars, and still too young and nasty for polyester prayer socials and wrinkly sing-alongs.
After some bouncing on beige motel bedspreads.
After some escape velocity kisses at front doors.
After some damp wrestling on vinyl upholstered seats.
And
always coming home alone.
After I got on as a janitor downtown, and it took 2 J's to smoke out the neon buzz and Lysol every night, but I had the couch to myself.
After they gave me my old workstation back and the memos were even less memorable than I remembered, and childcare ate up the landlord's crumbs.
After I figured out I wasn't going to get into management, not even bossing the department. And after I figured out I was glad.
After I figured out most other people were doing exactly the same goddamn thing as me.
The action never stops.
It lets me be me.
My oscilloscope
Equals his bolt gun.
Equals her frying pan.
equals his floor polisher.
Equals his circuit tester.
Equals her terminal.
Exactly the same damn thing.
Keeps getting better.
Better.
Better than ever.
After I caught on, this was
All there was.
And nothing gets you into it. Nothing gets you into it. Nothing gets you into it.
I got into
I
it.
got into
I
it.
got into it.
I got into it.
It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying.
Like inside one of those vegetable diagrams in a Sunday morning fertilizer ad. Every one of my days a narrow, pale stalk sticking up out of the dirt among everyone else's. I get squeezed up its veins like a water droplet. Each of my workday hours a downtown of shiny traffic. Each of my minutes a clear cell I travel through. The job streaming back past me in blurs and streaks. And this is the payoff. The flower.
Great.
Terrific.
Spectacular.
And much, much more.
VHF, UHF, cable. Every channel carries me into a different petal.
Beautiful people. Excitement.
More zest out of life.
That's exciting. Sensuous people.
And we've got what you want.
As if oxygen was light patterns, the wind going all around me, talk and music, the flower. A bee's eye zooms in, lit up like a jammed Astrodome in the playoffs, the flower. A butterfly settles and opens its wings, a Chinese book scribbled with snaky flames, chrome starlight, laser caresses, a whole summer licking its wet look lips.
Very soft, very moist, very wet.
Smooth and inviting.
The exciting, very, very creamy.
To hold, to handle, to excite, outside and in.
The payoff, the flower. And more petals keep unfolding, all the time more new patterns.
It's so satisfying.
At least, that's how I felt about it for a while.
It lets me be me.
Your style.
Be me. It lets me be me.
Not me.
I am me.
Through it,
It is I.
I am it.
Me because of it.
It lets me be me. Be me. Be yourself. Be me.
Be me. Be me. 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 Me.
Turn it loose, turn it loose, turn it loose tonight.
Diet and lose weight. Lose weight.
Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
Take control. Control. Control.
Break free and feel.
Save energy and save money.
More zest out of life.
Keep a balanced diet in balance.
The action never stops.
That's it. We've got to economize.
Nothing held back.
Stick to a diet.
Uncontrollable urge.
Under control. Under control. Take control. 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 Lose weight. Diet and control your appetite.
You're right. Sometimes I worry too much about the house and the kids' clothes and everything. I spend so much time running around after everybody, picking up all their little messes. But the minute I see anything out of place, it's like I just have to straighten it up. It's the way I am.
Never stops. Never stops.
Don't hold back, turn it loose tonight.
Yeah, I know. The kitchen's really a mess. I just can't seem to get it together to clean the way I used to. Like, after I got home, I just want to kick back and forget it all. I don't feel like buzzing around, washing and wiping and tidying and all that junk, okay?
The action never stops.
Save money.
Control.
Imbalance.
Use only as directed. Diet and lose weight. Lose weight.
I know I need a vacation, but I can't seem to fit one in. Most nights I get home at 8 or 9 as it is. I just feel like, well, somebody's got to keep everything organized around here. Sorry, gotta run.
Control your appetite.
Use only as directed.
Uncontrollable urge.
Jeez, I really overdid it last night. My head feels like it's gonna come off. I was late again this morning, and Berkowitz was all over my ass. Listen, I gotta hang up now. Here he comes.
Lose weight.
Save energy.
Take control. Control. Use only
Stop that. Put that down right now. Can't you leave anything alone? I said no. Put it down. No, you can't have one. Because I said so, that's why.
Lose weight. To the bottom.
Oh, no thanks, honey, I won't. I've really been gaining lately. Well, maybe just a tiny piece.
Use only as directed. Under control.
I am so sick of that asshole Simmons riding me all day. I just can't seem to tell him to get lost.
Imbalance.
Use only as directed.
Break free.
I keep telling myself I'm gonna quit, but every time the pressure comes down, I reach for another one.
Over control.
Imbalance.
Well, we figure 2 more years with Mike moonlighting weekends and me temping 3 days a week, and we'll be able to make a down payment.
Under control. Take control.
Pulse-pounding excitement.
The action.
I really should break it off, but he knows exactly how to do me right. I can't help myself.
Take control.
I don't know why I work so hard for that bitch. It's not like she's going to be grateful or nothing.
Under control.
Oh, hell, sweetheart, I know, but I just couldn't resist it.
Control. Lose weight. Diet and
Of course I let him once or twice a week. No, I don't get much out of it. I wish I did.
The action never stops.
Shit, I've lost that goddamn Bancorp letter. Can't find anything on this goddamn desk. Shit.
Control. Use only as directed.
God, I wish I could tell him how bad he makes me feel when he does that.
Take control. Action never stops.
Why can't I keep my big mouth shut?
For control.
Under
I
control.
walk around all day feeling like I'm going to explode.
Take control.
I have a problem.
It could be your bra.
No, it's your new blouse.
Dry, rough skin. Smeary wax buildup.
Ring around the collar.
Stubborn stains. Static cling.
Middle-aged pounds. Yucky grease.
Is it silky? Does it shine?
It could be your bra.
What does she know that I don't know?
Look what can happen.
Your macaroni salad's still so much better than mine.
Is it silky? Does it shine?
Does your hat match your eyeshadow?
How can you tell if a woman has finesse? I just know I'm fresh.
Mom's always on grime patrol when she visits, taking her fingerprint off the shelves and countertops and sniffing scowly-jowly in the corners. Jesus, why can't the icebox just digest the casserole scraps and limp lettuce with a little whirring burp, and the goddamn rug lick itself clean like a cat? Sometimes I keep the bathroom surfaces glistening and pure as surgery. All the shirts and sheets folded into wash-scented high-rises for months at a time. Then one weekend we puppy about in the park all day, and next thing I'm behind, and the sticky gray petals have opened up, waving slob at me from all sides. Same with clothes. I wear sneakers all the way to the elevator and step out in pumps at 14. But heels do smooth muscle taper my legs, and frankly my butt has billowed a bit for painted-on jeans. In the mirror, naked, I can see gravity wrinkling down through me like slow lightning into the bathroom scale. 5:30, waiting for the alarm in the colorless, cold backwash of dreams. I still wonder sometimes, could I have stood Alex if I'd saran-wrapped him with devotion and family circle cookery steaming bright like spoonable jewels? What I got by awkwardly uncrumpling myself, a scrunched receipt loose from his fist.
When you're nervous inside, when you're nervous inside, when you're nervous inside.
I'm gonna need all the confidence I can get.
Itching, burning, and irritation.
Hair that's not had the right care.
Could be dandruff. Could be dandruff.
Hair thin, gray, insect feelers waving.
That little itch.
Tiny translucent feet and jaws tickle my scalp.
Dry flyaway hair that
Thin,
won't behave.
greasy hairs looping down onto my collar. Gray scalp dust falls like insect bodies.
The way my scalp flakes, every time I wear something dark, I figure my shoulders are going to look like a starry sky, only not so pretty.
Could be dandruff. Could be dandruff.
Raw, greasy meat itch. Greasy red sausage under my skin.
Yeah, but what do you sell for people whose faces are like dry and greasy at the same time?
Sensitive skin.
Destroys fungus.
Red, shiny patches breaking through. Meat smooth.
Girls actually used to run their fingers through it, you know?
Greasy red sausage.
Now my forehead's doing this pincer movement back towards my bald spot, and absolutely nothing stops it.
It's shiny and healthy looking. Is you the face you're looking for?
Red, shiny patches.
I need to have clean teeth and fresh breath.
Mouth is a wet cave. Small, rotting.
I tried to stop him eating candy. I even took a flashlight and showed him all my fillings and my jacket crowns. But to him it was just more TV.
Wet darkness.
Take aim against cavities.
In there, helpless, tasting the stink.
At one time I could actually feel the bacteria crawling around on my teeth like Memorial Day weekend in Yosemite. I was so loaded, I was like seriously displaced, man.
Ugly plaque on dentures.
Swamp slush oozing and splashing around the rotten tooth towers with their crust.
When I was in my 20s, I used to dream that my teeth were turning brown and wobbling and falling out.
What a taste!
Smelly tooth crust, swamp slush.
Now it's actually happening.
Toothache pain.
Tooth towers with their crusts of smeared bodies.
Whiter teeth, fresh breath.
You know how your mouth tastes after anchovy pizza and then getting juicerated on Italian red and waking up in someone else's bed at 6 a.m.?
Face to face with someone.
Down back of the gasping dark tooth gap.
Strong mouth odors.
Lot stink, breezing up from the tunnel's back breath, wheezes and belches out of slimy tubes. Miles of wet, lightless corridors.
Last night on this date, I did this burp that was like the enemy's swamp fume from space, man. I swear it, in the car, too, man.
Onion.
Garlic. More mouth-tingling mint.
Churn, burst, gasp the lakes of acid.
Germs that can cause
The
bad breath.
worm tunnels writhe and crush their muck. Tooth crawlers.
One Monday on a bus, people were looking at me slidey-eyed, and I realized I had
Brush
it.
your breath, brush your breath.
That wino smell, like rubbing alcohol strained through old unwashed jockey shorts. And that's when I quit.
A sprinkle a day helps keep odor away.
Hair coils push up out of damp skin. Moist folds hide the coarse, greasy black thickets.
Measure antiperspirant, keeping you drier.
Sticky in the secret cracks. Curly goat hair where the sweat breath clings.
Second day, it's the worst. This secret sick poodle sweat streaming out all over me. But it seems like no one else notices.
Black goatee curls feeding off the rut juice. Streams down from the hidden hair garden.
It's when I get nervous, it's really rank, even over the deodorant. And so, like, I get even more nervous until it's running down me like invisible racing stripes.
Proven protection.
Skin creased and sticky in the secret cracks.
Does it help keep you dry?
Hair where the sweat breath clings. Sticky fear ghosts.
I used to love the way my dad smelled when he came home with sawdust on his shoes and dark moons under his arms.
Wetness and odor.
Strong and clean like horses.
To keep you drier.
And the way Eileen smelled under the covers after we'd made
Have
it.
you had your sprinkle today?
clings near the damp lip folds.
Now I spray myself invisible to the naked nose, just like everyone else.
The coarse, greasy black thickets, skin creased and sticky in the secret cracks. Sticky fear ghosts.
Does it help keep you dry?
Maxi Absorbent Protection.
It's beautifully effective.
It's the natural way.
Welcome to White World. What is White World?
Pleasure of the perfect.
Well, White World is, I guess you could say, it's where we live. Or rather, where we might live. Where we'll be living next year. Where we almost live.
Pressure cleaner.
White World is people. People like you and me. People you like. People who people like you want to be.
Miracle White. More than clean.
It's a place where not everyone is blonde, but where everyone could be blonde. Where everyone feels blonde.
Soft and shiny clean.
It's a very special place. A safe, clean, pure, strong, healthy, decent place. It's the place on the horizon of our hearts.
What a nice feeling. I love the fresh scent.
In White World.
Your house is more than clean.
In White World.
Everything smells so fresh and feels so good.
In White World.
I don't even think about being fresh. I just know I'm protected.
Not just a surface clean, but a deep down fundamental white.
It cleans as it clings. It deep cleans.
We call it White World, but actually it's as colorful as a third grader's crayon drawing pinned up in one of the bright, obedient classrooms of our brand new old-style schoolhouse. Just look at it. The 50 white stars of Old Glory dance above the clean-shaven lawns behind the neat white picket fences. The kindly old milkman steers his load of cool, tinkling white goodness from house to house along the unlittered, mugger-free streets. And inside those houses...
Inside there's a powerful grease and grime cutter that's so strong.
The sinks and toilets glide up at you like fresh powder at Heavenly Valley. The towers of folded sheets rise magnificently out of the dryer. The no-nonsense white underwear breathes evenly in the drawers.
My blouse is white again.
Smiles of all ages furl back their pink curtains to display immaculate keyboards of teeth.
Cleaner, brighter, whiter.
But we have to work hard to keep White World white. If we let down our guard...
Look what can happen.
Mom, look at me, great.
Grease and greed can move in and take over. Crime and grime can crawl in and spread.
It's even in my sheets. It's taking over my clothes.
Dark skin oil can rub off on our stainless fingers.
Plus this unsightly stain.
Hungry brown fungus can cross the frontiers of our freezers.
Grease and food and hair.
Fat, howling lips can gobble and smear in our kitchens.
Greasy dirt gets all over.
Greasy utensils, food and hair.
Clean carpet dirt. Even tough stains.
Musty.
Stubborn stain.
Greasy dirt.
But we've got it under control. White World is strong, secure.
I just know I'm protected.
We know how to stop stains and stenches cold.
No messy foam, no sticky residue.
Our eyes scan like Arctic radomes for incoming enemy data. Our skin repels scuffs and blemishes 10% better than the toughest acrylic finish.
It's made to whiten, brighten, and remove stains.
Under our fresh laundered cottons and miracle fibers, the forks of our bodies are cool, bald, and slick as bubble gum.
Turn
Our glands are kept under 24-hour surveillance. Our brains are zeroed in on purity.
Ultra bright white, dynamite white.
So bring your No X4 out of the dark end.
Come to White World. White World.
Gets the red out.
White World.
Takes grease out of your way.
White World.
It cleans a lot more than pots and pans.
White World.
That's the way it was then. That's the way it is now.
All lies. All lies. There is no security. There is no hope.
My possessions are shoddy and worthless. They will not make me a better person. They will not make anyone love me. They will not make me safe.
Enemies are waiting just out of sight. Cancer is going to sprout hooks in my flesh. Chemicals are going to melt my lungs and crumble my liver.
The rain is going to burn my skin. The forests are dying. The ocean is dying. Insects are overrunning the crops with their tiny robot faces. The power plants are going to blow up. The missiles are going to come. Radioactive steam will scald the flesh off my bones.
Crazies with guns and knives are skulking outside my house. Sick men with dirty crab fingers are after my children.
The earth wears a squirming skin of non-stop murder.
The banks are going to collapse. The company will go broke. They're going to lay me off. My unemployment will run out. I'll be shuffling and selling 2-hour lines, begging at numbered plexiglass windows.
I won't be able to make the mortgage. I won't be able to keep up the rent. They'll come for the car at 3 a.m.
I'll be left all alone. I'll be stuck in a crummy little room with a swayback mattress and the next door TV howling 24 hours a day. I'll be whining at locked-up faces passing by on the sidewalk. I'll be frayed. I'll be grimy and scabby.
My teeth will turn brown and shift in their sockets. My hair will flatten to greasy wisps and fall out.
No one will touch me again. No one will look at me again. No one will care what happens to me. No one really cares now. No one really knows what I think, what I feel. I don't really know what they think or feel. No one understands. I'm completely alone.
There is no mommy to run to. There is no daddy to keep me safe. There is no God to answer my prayers. There is no shining world after this life.
The brain dies. The spirit dies. The body bloats and sags into slime. The bones are burnt and pounded to ash.
The pain has no meaning.
The joy has no future.
The sky is empty. The world is defeated.
It's all been for nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing, nothing gets you into it. Nothing gets you into it.
Absolutely, positively
Nothing.
Turn it loose, turn it loose, turn it loose tonight. Dress it up, celebrate the moments of your love. I'm feeling 7-Up, I'm feeling 7-Up. Smile, America. The magic is on the air. I believe in crystal light, 'cause I believe in live it to the limit. There's more for your life when you're nervous inside.
Get a little closer.
We bring good things to life and goodwill. America's #1 top seller. Filled with love. Scientific to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. The most refreshing taste around. The outside, tender inside. Feel it, feel it. It's so easy. And better see what we've done. You hungry. Smile, America. It's good on you.
Get a little closer.
For beautiful people, freshness, goodness, major motion. And it really, really tastes good. Taste the one that'll bring you over. Hold on tight to your dream. It's at the tempo of your life. Go where you've never been before. Come alive and closer. Get you humming along. love. It's so talking no nonsense, talking no nonsense. Turn up the volume, turn it a taste for me. It's so easy to get their attention. Just like home, have a good time. Do it, do it, do it, do it. That's the winning feeling when you open your heart in store for your love. An American Revolution, American Revolution. A crisp, refreshing feeling. Smile, America. Freshness, goodness, come alive. A beautiful life. That face, that curve, a girl face. There is a special feel. Damn it, don't ever stop. Turn up the volume. Number one. Confidence, confidence, confidence. That's the winning feeling. Oh, what a feeling. It's more for your love. More for your love. Great American, great American. Smile alive. The great American, great American, great American, great American, great American, great American.
Some men never ride with the pack.
I really want that pickup. It's so mean.
Built like the big one.
Four-wheel drive, independent suspension, power steering.
It's one tough hump.
Black paint job, silver gray racing stripes, a spotlight, and it goes like Brahma Bull streamlined stampede.
Nothing stands in its way.
I mean, it's crazy. I know I can't afford it. My dad says, why a pickup when I can't even afford parking for his compact downtown?
He wants to be high inside a glossy cab, riding the heartbeat of more horsepower than he'll ever use. Nuclear icebreaker, push on through the crumbling traffic. He dreams of dirt roads and a resiny breeze and his blood whirling and biting like a chainsaw, for pimples and sweats, for his jerky mouth, and the unreliable, vulnerable stem between his legs. He needs this mask of black steel.
I guess I feel like if I had that pickup, nothing could stop me.
One tough son of a...
irresistible fragrance you wear all over.
It's one tough hump.
So beautifully feminine.
I really want that perfume. It's so intense.
So beautiful. So delicious.
Pomegranate cut glass bottle with a real silver stopper.
Feel how splendid you are.
Liquid pale cat's eye green, and it smells like twilight sandalwood palace, orchids and oiled pectorals.
And create your own soft storm.
I mean, it's crazy. I know I can't afford it. My mom says, why $100 perfume when you can't even afford 2 new outfits to wear to work?
She wants to be high inside a shadowy fragrance, sinking into the upholstery of more seduction than she'll ever use. Newborn heartbreaker, glide on through the murmuring guests. She dreams of white linen, candles, and a brandy hush, and her blood coiling and purring like a Persian, for sags and tremblings, for her claw-edged tongue, and the unreliable, vulnerable bud between her legs. She needs this carriage of scented air.
I guess I feel like if I had that perfume, nothing could stop me.
That pure white lotion feels...
With 4 fresh, wind-blown fragrances.
With the biggest payload.
Beautifully softer.
Down to earth tough. Velvet soft. Tough.
So silky smooth.
Performance tested.
I hear that. Performance.
There's more for your life.
More easily, more reliably.
Does more.
Gives you more.
More?
More overtime, like piranhas gnawing more fingers to the bone.
More complete.
More kinds of dead headache and hammer headache to relieve.
3 times more.
More sargassochemicals tangled in the propellers of our DNA.
More convenient.
More auto skulls jamming the freeways with high-speed catatonia.
More.
More sugar stuck in everything like pins in hunger's voodoo doll.
A more enlightened approach.
More warheads nudging up on their hydraulic stalks toward daylight.
More? Much, much more.
More bruised obedience, more cancer terminals, more primetime suicide, more panic on the bus, more Arctic in the bed.
There's more nothing, 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 there's more nothing.
The more you look, the more you like.
There's more for your life, more for your life.
The city of our dreams.
For men and women who know where they're going.
The movers and the shakers.
Confident and bold.
Freedom. It's a great feeling. To do what you want to do, be what you want to be.
Just to kiss it all off, even Dad with his gear grinding about positive attitude, meaning 6 years of biz ad, or crawling up some company pyramid. Practice guitar more till I got licks, Force 8 Bobcat Honey blowing out the stacks, while I thrash Diamond Sweat up front at a 5,000 fan boil-over crowd.
So you gotta reach for all the gusto you can.
City of our dreams.
So I could bring Aaron to the office with me and set him down among blue and red blocks, Tyrannosaurus books and little spaceships with the others. Then on breaks, instead of slinking classified trips to the sugar machines or diet talk and last night's TV breath, I'd have 10 minutes of his universe.
It'll get you noticed.
Where things speak for themselves.
Funny I should want this from sitting in a cubicle all day alone, but a cabin, furry redwood hanging over a creek up 4 miles of dirt from nowhere. An iron stove glowing for the Red King. I'm the white. Nothing else on the board. A few thousand books in no hurry, waiting. And the water voice whenever I listen.
Go places that are more interesting.
To a whole new way of living and succeeding.
Where things speak for themselves.
Better yet, be able to tell Porky Einzig, my supervisor, when he squeals his towel down some tiles I cleaned and shows me the smoke smear like it was a snuff photo. Why don't you wear it, oil-faced, Carlsbad pores, pell-mell breath? In 7 days it'll be the holy shroud of fucking Turin, and you'll be in foaming cleanser heaven.
To do what you want to do, be what you want to be.
City of our dreams.
If there was some spell I could say to make it last. The high-octane mambo I got with sunburn and bruises at the blockade, my first one. It wasn't the blurry singing so much, or the loose chain of elbows the cops broke, or leveling eye to eye with them. It was the bright secret talk like a rainforest, and the backbeat down to us, down to us.
The name of the game is power. Power for a living.
Yesterday at my terminal, I came up out of the green dapple of circuit design, woods I get lost in for hours, and suddenly I'm walking Big Question Ridge. What will it do, this rat maze for electrons? Monitor what? Keystrokes? Conversations? Okay, elegance. But I want a say over applications. A look at the whole grid.
No one else says anything like it.
A world like a mirage.
When Alex had tried, "Aw, baby," tried, "Now listen, bitch," and was sniveling on the couch, and I went to tell Aaron we're leaving, and he smiled like wings.
The serenity to dream it, and the vitality to do it.
From New Freedom.
Where things speak for themselves.
When I borrowed Zawadzki's 750 twin on a bet and blasted all the way up 29 to the lake, just breathing July, and saw cloud dragons dance on the water.
Freedom. It's a great feeling.
And the vitality to do it.
Our spent breath, our failed wishes.
When my lit-up eyelids jackknifed me awake at 7 a.m., oh shit, the sergeant! And the second breath I realized, hey, I'm out. And saluted crazy at the morning.
A world like a mirage.
Hangs upside down from the clouds.
Introducing Megatool, the new handy home appliance you can't afford to do without. This fantastic device was designed specifically for those tough-to-get-at jobs. Specially created gripper claws compress joints into place as powerful contusion blades reach through the patented iron miter guides to give you maximum control. It's so easy, anyone can use it. Just insert the plastic polymers into the slotted drivers, adjust the concussion hammers to your eye setting, turn the capillary screws, and you're ready to use this incredible machine indoors or out. How much would you pay for this unbelievable appliance? But wait, before you answer, there's less. Also included in this amazing package is a high-voltage rotary grip attachment to give you unlimited seizure in any direction. We'll also include a special supply of coronary stamping drills, enough to last a lifetime. Now how much would you pay? Will you believe us when we say that this entire package can be yours, not for $300, not $200, not even $100, but for the ridiculously low price of $18.95. To order this uncanny device, just send $18.95 to Megatool, Box 000, Akron, Ohio. Not available in any store. That's $18.95 to Megatool, Box 000, Akron, Ohio.
The new concept is here.
Here comes the most advanced piece of machinery.
With electronic speed control.
It provides an inner sanctum of precisely placed instrumentation for immediate readout.
Man, I really love good equipment, but it's so hard to catch up.
Computerized, digitalized, civilized.
Like I managed to squeeze out for a new sound system. Programmable, does it all, just like Thing's pale hands popping out the walls on the Addams Family.
A technological marvel.
And then they come out with digital synthesized that makes music into this micro-engineered, steely crystalscape. And graphic equalizers so your room sounds like the Coliseum July 4th Spectacular.
What conquers the wind and the world.
And he never will catch up. Not even with these flashing robot toys they sell the rubes, let alone the NSA's 11 acres of high-speed mainframes doing telephone monitoring and counterinsurgency analysis.
Incredible technology. Uncanny accuracy.
Getting each machine new powers, letting them work together.
Or all these years, I wanted a customized guitar, cordless with wah-wahs and fuzzbox and all the rest. Now I find out that's like a vintage MG or a long-barrel Colt 45 up against the new turbos or a laser cannon.
The new concept is here.
Synthesizers that talk to each other so the waveforms match up perfectly before they even ripple into the air.
The sleek command bar controls all functions.
And the new music heroes are these techno-gorps who get a sharp haircut and a dangling earring to cover their 64-track SMPTE-synchronized interface brains, and probably a patch cord hanging between their legs.
We build excitement.
Judging by what they're doing in my department, by the time he gets his first synth, a top-line band in concert will be invisible inside 20-foot digitalized hollow images of themselves, mutating cartoonily into go-go angels or black leather samurai swans or some other teenage cliche.
Computerized, digitalized, civilized, with electronic speed control.
Still, all that control, all that fingertip command power, all that display.
And the ease of solid-state touch controls.
But you know you could.
And all it took was a little squeeze.
Too bad everything else can't be like that.
It's got more color, more sound, and more action.
Feel the heat!
Like in 10th grade, there was this chick I sat next to. Italian heart, cameo face, and so ripe everywhere, man. When she crossed her legs, the thigh whisper just about unzipped my backbone. But she never dated, not ever.
Some say it's so responsive it almost anticipates its driver.
And I used to moon about selling my soul, really, for this machine I could just hook on like an earphone radio and will. And she would get as irresistibly damp and shaky as me, and be in the bushes with me, squirming out of her sweater and offering me, oh God, but like, no sale.
This sleek command bar controls all functions.
Feel the heat! Feel the heat!
When I was in high school, I was so confused by guys. In one way, I liked the warm I-beams crisscrossing me when I wore a miniskirt or a tight top, but they got to be such reruns about it close up. Veins twining in the shallows of his skin. bones like schooner rigging. I always wanted to straddle him and drive down while his spiderweb fingers breathed over my back.
Touch it.
Ooh, hot stuff.
I used to touch her under her robe in the morning just to memorize her, and when she held me looking up with that sleepy light-year smile, I felt like I was marrying the world.
Some say it's so responsive.
Or the first time with Alex in his white new painted apartment with a third-degree overhead light. Only now I didn't mind because the light had grown long, streamlined muscles on cables and blue radar eyes, as if one of those old racing seaplanes had turned into a man and touched down on me.
Wave after wave, it builds up and crashes down.
She came the way a little kid calls out, "Look, look," and afterwards I kept mumbling, typical fool, into her warm shoulder, "I can't believe this, I can't believe this." And she only goes on smiling like a skyline.
It got Jackie noticed.
Good moves.
It says performance.
"Please," I said, and all I was then was his wake, foam rippling and bucking under the brightness.
To hold, to handle, to excite, outside and in.
Too bad everything else can't be like that.
It still gets my attention when the TV grows all these half-naked bodies, cool arms and slim legs like a pickpocket's fingers reaching into my pants. Not that I'll buy the diet soda or the perfume they're wriggling all over, just so they keep me watching. Slim fingers reach in and stir. Sometimes in my mind, I stop a commercial midway, freeze frame the way they do for some hot move on a sportscast, like slamming a door on those fingers. The slow-motion milk caught lifting its petticoats, the pink stick caught teasing the glossy lips apart, and I start laughing.
And nothing gets you into it, nothing gets you into it. It's so satisfying.
It keeps getting better.
Better than ever.
And nothing gets you into it, nothing gets you into it, nothing gets you into it.
I'm still into it, but since they rotated my image through salary review while I sweated out smiles at my supervisor, and he pinpointed resistance at motivation gates and zeroed in, and I only got 3.5.
Since I got enough of the aides and secretaries together to jam Gorman from editing our lunch breaks without warning, and then Sally and Livonia quit, and our whole little fire spirit linkage crashed.
Since I filed a grievance about Einzig writing me up for insubordination when all I said was wait a goddamn minute, and I lost, and they've had me scrubbing shitters 11 weeks to bleach my heart.
Now it's more often like one of those pain diagrams in an old-fashioned aspirin ad. Every one of my days an enormous body.
How much tougher can life get? Interest rates, mortgages, my husband and I both working so
I get squeezed out along the arteries like a corpuscle. I move through the blue muscle of work alongside the others, but hardly ever touching them, carried by the clear serum of privacy. I get squeezed back along the veins again.
Life got tougher.
And this is the payoff. The lung. As if oxygen were light patterns, talk and music. The breath going all around me. It's not even like it got to be after a while. A closed-door habit I rushed home to, almost trembling for that movie, that next episode.
The action never stops.
It lets me be me.
And worst of all, that ad with the hair-tickling music, or the torso flash, or the stinger of a moist-eyed spaniel smile into the camera. Another sticky little secret.
Slim fingers.
Like the mag with that chick, the jasmine body rub smile over her shoulder and lifting him like the pearly gates, I emptied myself in front of every night for 4 months.
Like the gram I had to dip into on my dressing table every time I got home, chopping, savoring the wait for the humming directionless floodlight through my nerves.
Like the gal I used to call over. Mariko, I think.
had sparrow bones, but muscled and sure as an otter, and her business look afterwards bit me every time. Now it's not even that.
It's so satisfying, it's so satisfying. See what you done, so satisfying.
It's just a voice that fills up the spaces in here.
A picture to look at because the walls don't change.
A focus for a fireless, unaccompanied room. As if oxygen was light patterns, and I soak it all in and I get pumped through another 24 hours. So I begin asking myself, where's the heart? And whose heart is it? Because it sure as clocks measure money ain't mine.
Our spent breath, our failed wishes.
Oh, the heart is where it's all at for us girls, right?
A world like a mirage.
I used to think of it as like one of those Easter eggs with a window and a little world inside, only red.
Turn your dreams into reality.
Because sure, I read those passion fruit paperbacks sometimes, the same way I dose myself with chocolate, so I peer in the window at the little heart world.
Brings a dream to life.
Where I'm in watered silk stepping down from a black lacquered coach among plumes and rapiers trembling like antennae.
If you dream it, live it.
Or I'm running swish swish across a dew mirror lawn, or sweeping into a room with blue gods wrestling on the walls, but always to where he is waiting.
For the moment that becomes a turning point.
Scarred and tousled in a torn linen shirt, or cool as a dove in immaculate brocade, anyway fainting with thirst for me. And despite his whip-cracked sinews and star-apple kiss, I won't give in until the last molten freeze frame of our wedding night clinch.
A world like a mirage.
All that control, all that fingertip command power, but not from earning a paycheck or puffing up over an important desk, just from being who I am.
Live the real you.
Brings a dream to life.
So lately I've been more into the backdrops than the plot or the characters. Even him. I mean, they're all rich. I met some rich people once, and all the men talked about was cars and portfolios, and all the women talked about was vacations and furniture, and whoever was out of the room.
Where things speak for themselves, or people speak for things.
So I keep looking into my little heart world, my scarlet egg.
A world inverted like a mirage.
Even something simple. Build houses in a hollow square, or in rings like mushrooms round a garden in the middle. Maybe a fountain, stone dolphins, and a lily pond.
Imagine feeling so good in the morning when you had that headache last night.
Stained glass windows filling the rooms with harlequin light, and carvings on the eaves. Octopi and stalking cats. On each front door, a brass head that greets visitors.
The city of our dreams.
Narrow streets that curl between high stone walls, then like suddenly yawn out into an arcade with acrobats and people strolling around in parrot and lemur masks.
Hangs upside down from the clouds.
Open whole floors of the faceless old skyscrapers up to the air, with wooden screens, windmills, and climbing vines. Now that bank only means a slope of dirt or stone.
Inverted like a mirage.
You'd have the street of cabinet makers adrift with shavings, and a quarter of circuit builders, too, with windows facing out and terminals shaped like eyes and lips.
And outside town, the hot rod demon ring roaring. A dueling ground for snake-scale armored fighters. Maybe Passion Park, where lovers hunt each other naked.
I'd rather pirouette and curtsy in a mosaic tile hall than tiptoe upstairs to an alcove full of satin shadows.
Better yet, slip off the corners of a huge arboretum where moss beds wait under branches in the oxygen twilight.
Or unlacing our leathers just enough, we'd make it in the basket of our hawk moth broadcasting kite.
Imagine feeling so good in the morning
But everybody else seems to be happy with their routines.
Like a theme park is their idea of a major adventure.
Always traveling the shortest distance between 2 points of no thought.
The world they have built out of our spent breath.
So I go on putting my ant weight with a few other ants against the boulder that's about to roll down on us all.
Imagine.
And sometimes I imagine the scarlet eggs pulsing inside everybody else's chests, and I wonder what kind of heat it would take to make them hatch.
There's more for your life.
Introducing a whole new, better tasting.
There's no quicker, easier way.
What a nice feeling.
A great new taste.
A definite improvement.
It all looks great.
Never looked better.
It's everything I ever wanted.
Keeps getting better.
Better than ever.
Twice as nice.
That's beautiful.
Perfect for you.
It's a natural.
It's super.
It's here.
That is different.
It's beautifully effective.
Beautiful way to unwind.
It does everything. It's remarkable.
That's exciting.
Good news, America!
It's the pleasure of
That really works.
It looks great. It's a better way.
I love
They
it.
did it.
I
Even better than before.
I am
It's remarkable.
Never looked better.
Better
than ever.
Terrific.
Incredible.
Number
Fantastic.
one.
Wonderful.
It's so
Sensation.
easy.
Terrific. Fabulous. The best.
Great.
Great. Great.
Great.
Of course, people like you are not affected by commercials. You turn down the sound. You yawn or sharpen your wit on their crudeness.
Do you think the men who spend carefully accumulated millions on these little dramas are merely stupid? Do you suppose their technicians don't precisely analyze the tastes and ideas of their targets?
Do you imagine that they're not also aware of your proud sophistication, the little devices you use to separate yourself from what they show you?
Of course they are. People like you present a mildly stimulating challenge to their ingenuity, nothing more.
The jingle hooks and catchphrases that embed themselves so annoyingly are only their most obvious mark on us.
Which of you can honestly say that no commercial has ever triggered you to a complicit chuckle, a bristle of excitement, a greasy flicker of sexual arousal?
Which of you, walking past the display windows or down the numbered aisles, has never felt the addict's impulse just to buy?
The managers monitor the zone where our moist desires meet the chill of everyday survival. They suck up the mist formed by this condensation, this compromise. Then they billow it out again into huge, beguiling shapes on the skyline.
The skyline already dominated by their mirror-sided towers of data, their 8-lane bumper-to-bumper traffic in isolation, their windowless language.
So when we try to look beyond this stupefying horizon, we end up staring into the world of foggy shapes they have built out of our spent breath, our failed wishes.
A world inverted like a mirage, where things speak for themselves, or where people speak for things as their priests and ambassadors.
Here things summon us to join their empire. We're told to beg from them the qualities they hold in such abundance, and which have gone missing from our own lives.
But it is precisely because we are already ruled, not by things but by their masters, that we are orphaned from ourselves.
Because we have to do our masters' work to pay for their merchandise, day after day.
In this way, our power and our time are gradually lifted out of us and replaced with the foam plastic packing we call getting by, until we are withered skins full of dead air.
Yawning, turning down the sound or switching the channel, trying not to look as the hunger and poisoning and murder close in from all sides.
Down here we live in another inverted world, a city of nightmares.
While the city of our dreams hangs upside down from the clouds.
To bring this city down to earth, it is this world we must first set on its feet.
Together making ourselves its masters.
The city of our dreams hangs upside down from the clouds.
And nothing gets you into it, 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 nothing gets you into it.